Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Wednesday, June 4th. Sorry I didn't make it this morning. Definitely wasn't feeling well, but feeling much better now, so that is a good thing. And first off, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this evening? I see Nico up there, RITR. And somebody else mentioned it from Stock Twit, so I did just pop it on. It's at the very last one on the list, so thank you very much for that one. And we'll see how that heat map looks over here. And Meta was way up there, and Microsoft was a little flat, NVIDIA, Google, and Amazon all up, AVGO, Apple down a little bit, and Tesla was down. So we'll go through everything and see what's going on. And again, my apologies. I didn't make it this morning. I was not feeling well at all. I couldn't even get up. I'm telling you, my throat was killing me, but feeling much better now. So hopefully that stays, and we'll get cruising through our list, and we'll rock and roll. So we'll be good. And let's see what's going on. BNRG. Anyone invested in BNRG, free pizzas and beer in Italy after SP hits 3+. That's funny. Mr. Drawdown right there. BNRG is our Bren Miller. If I did type it in right for you, you'd see it right there. And it is looking pretty healthy, guys. And we've been watching it, and it's going up 5% here, 5% there. And I'll show you too. Boom. Remember, it was on Laptop Travel's list. I told you it looked good right there. Like I said, they might not go crazy, but it's still moving up right there, not looking bad. And then what was the other one? Farm? Yeah, Boom and Farm. And Farm was moving up, I think, today. It gapped up. I don't know what it was doing. Oh, yeah, it gapped up there because it closed at 160. I did see it up at 171, and it closed back at that 160, but that was up as well. And Boom and Farm, both of them were up a little bit right there. And there you go with them guys from last night. And let's cruise right through the list. And how is everybody tonight? Let's get rocking and rolling. I hope everybody had a good day. And it was a little bit flat. I did post that earlier this morning. It looked like it could be a flat day. And, well, I would say it was kind of flat. It really opened at, 596, got up to 597. I'll tell you exactly because it'll tell us early. 596 to 597, like $1, and then came down to 595. That's about as flat as it can get. And it closed down a little bit, nothing real crazy, and keeping an eye on it still. But over that resistance right there, and in this channel right here, I do think it's going to try to get to that 610, but there is a dip coming, like I keep telling you guys. So beware and be careful, and we'll definitely be trying to pick that bad boy out and see when it's exactly coming. Here is our VIX right here, and been keeping an eye on this bad boy, and it's just kind of hanging out down here. But I'm telling you, it's not looking bad. It's coming. I can see it already. I'll start counting down the days pretty soon. I can tell you that. So there we are with that, and let's get cruising through our list and see what we're looking at. And RITR right here. People are asking about it. It is in the top right there. I didn't even look at it, and here we are. Radar Logic Tech or something, Log Tech. I don't even know what the heck this thing's called. Anyway, it was running up there yesterday, today, 574, and it looks like it came down and gapped up yesterday, it looks like, and pulling back a little bit. It looks like a little bit of healthy pullback. I mean, you could still see some more pullback as it sets up here, and your 20 still trying to roll up. So I would look for more pullback on that bad boy on RITR, but I'll look at it tomorrow and see. It actually looks like it pulled back there in the after hours. Wasn't paying attention, but it didn't matter. It does look like it's pulling back some. So here we go, RITR right there, and let's go with STSS, Sharps Technology. This thing was cruising, and I'm pretty sure Laptop Travel was trading this at 4 a.m. because this thing was rocking and rolling from $4 to $7.90. It's at 640 right now. You know what I'm saying? And still looks pretty good for tomorrow, guys. I'd keep an eye on that. Look at that Pac-Man look right there, and not looking too bad for STSS. So keep an eye on that with some with your momentum right there. Let's see. Oh, wait, Nico's in Dubai. He said flat today for sure, no doubt. Ready for the end of the week. By the way, he's in Dubai. Free hummus and beer if you're in RITR. So there you go. Sounds good, Nico. In Dubai, that's pretty cool. How is Dubai? I always wanted to go there, but I'm too much of a cannabis person, so I don't think they like that much. And I only travel to places that do like cannabis. I think I've never gone somewhere where they don't. And so yeah, I don't know if I'm making it over to Dubai anytime, but it does look like a beautiful place. It looks really cool, but I do know that they are not cannabis friendly over there. That's for sure. And here we go. Let's see what's going on with the rest of ours. Let's see. Applied right here. We've been watching this guy, and look at it, guys. We've been giving this one out, and that was up big time today. APLD. I mean, all you got to do is listen to the show, and I'll tell you what. I've been giving out some banger calls on the Discord, and I'm just getting started on that thing. Give me like a week or two when my office is done, and it's going to get crazy. I'm telling you guys, we're going to really turn accounts big. So, and then Ben and Godfather are always crushing it, giving out great calls all the time. So, if you don't know that one or want to check it out, let me know. I'll send out the links or hit me up and you can check it out. But yeah, I think every call I've put out on there has gone up really nice. And obviously, like I said, Ben, Godfather, and everything else going on there is great. I'm telling you, it's a great Discord. It's way better than X and everything else. I can promise you that. And I told you, Ben, he turned like 18K into over 17. He turned 18K into over 700K in a few months right there. And yeah, just crazy call after crazy call going on. And yeah, we're definitely going to be making accounts grow big. So if you want to check it out, check it out. But like I said, in the next week or two, I've been throwing out some picks on there, but I'm really going to get on there nonstop, and it's going to be like all day just hitting bangers left and right. That's what we're going to start doing. And like I said, just making an account grow big. That's my idea for that. So there you go. And let's keep on rolling to our good old friend Mullen. I guess they're not going to sell this thing, huh? The most diluted company in the world, and you couldn't buy it anyway. We looked, and yeah, it popped today. It went crazy off that reverse split right there. And we'll keep an eye on it because it does not look bad for tomorrow to try to keep some momentum, guys. So another reverse split, 1 for 100. Obviously, you don't want to be in them before they reverse split, but right after they do, they love to get popping. And that one did. And that's our good old friend Mullen that always reverse splits and then usually dips down. And we'll have to look at it tomorrow. It isn't in a bad spot. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. And what's my screen name in the Discord? Sam, it's if you're in the story trading one, it'll just say Dougie Fresh. Let me look. I'm gonna confirm. I know it says Dougie Fresh something. I don't know if it says Dougie Fresh Picks or I think it just says Dougie Fresh on there. I'm gonna look right now and tell you. Hold on, and let me see. It's right under like Godfathers. Let me see. Where the heck is it? Why can't I can't even find my own page on there. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's right under Godfather, and it says Dougie Picks. That's what it says, Dougie Picks. And so yeah, it's right there. And yep, you can see it. And yeah, yep, I was giving out stuff today and they were cruising. And yep, that is mine. And like I said, it's gonna get way better. And obviously, like I said before, Ben puts out his morning note. It's really good. They do a morning show as well. And then there's just nonstop stuff going on in that Discord, and it's really good. So there you go, Dougie Tricks. And yeah, it is money, Sam. I'm telling you. It's definitely money in that Discord. And like I said, just give me, it takes me like a week or two, sometimes 3 or 4 to get things like really rolling because of my brain injury. I say I'm going to do it. I'm so used to just saying I could do something and banging it out like next day. And now it's not like that, but I always get to it and get things done. It just takes me a little longer. I just have to usually remember that. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's going to get amazing in that Discord. I promise you. It's already amazing. It's going to be even better. And I will certainly, as soon as the show's over, I will post out the link for the Discord. It's on my link tree if you hop on my X page or any of the pages, X, StockTwits, YouTube. The link tree links on there, and at the very bottom it'll say Discord. If you click on that, it'll take you to another link tree page. It was just easier to do it that way because them guys, and I'm with the story trading guys and Godfather, and that's what I was saying. I think it's really valuable for you guys because it's not just my pick, so you get everybody in there. And like I said, Ben, they kill it. And you know what I can do? And like I'm saying, all the picks on there have been money, and it's going to get crazy. I plan on just straight up crushing it on there. Like I said, I'm going to take that Webull account and we'll just make it right on there and just get crazy. I'll tell you exactly what I'm trading. So just give me like a week, 2, maybe 3, and we'll really get rolling. Maybe when I get back from Vegas, it'll be like really crazy. So I'm planning on that, and I plan on getting the shed done probably this weekend. I'm hoping my buddy just stopped by today. We were kind of getting a plan so we could get that finished, because I definitely need somebody to help me with that interior, because I'm telling you, I just don't do things like I used to. I would have been able to bang that thing out like nothing, but not anymore. It's crazy. But I did do all the electrical work, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, I could still do electrical work somehow. I don't know. That's still but I did wire some shit backwards and have to fix it. I usually do that every time right now, but it's all good. And it's fun stuff. But anyway, I love doing that stuff. It's just not in my cards anymore, and I definitely love doing this, so I definitely do it. And yeah, definitely feeling better, so appreciate that. And yeah, laptop travel was with Ben on that ASTS call, guys. And like I said, I'm telling you, look at that banger today right there, ASTS and TSSI. This thing was looking good. We gave that to you on the show, but that's been in there. I'm telling you guys, it's been 3 weeks the shed catches fire. I hope not. It's going to catch fire from all these crazy poppers, that's for sure. And yeah, I mean, look at these things. We can play these all perfectly, and we're going to right through it into that Discord. It's so much easier in there, like I said. So it's a good time in that Discord for sure. So yeah, I'll post out the link as well. And I think Candace asked. So Candace, I'll definitely post out the link. And any questions, feel free to message me. You can direct DM me on X at any time, and I always respond. It may take a day because sometimes the messages get lost in like 3 different spam accounts. I don't even know what's going on X, but yeah, there's like 3 different things you got to go through now to see where the messages go. It's pretty wild, but I do go through them all the time and make sure I try to respond to everybody and try not to miss them. But anyway, here we go, and let's keep on cruising. And like I said, some crazy picks right there, rocking and rolling. And it doesn't matter. You guys know it doesn't matter what the market wants to do. If we can just see it the right way and just know how to play it, which we usually always know, you can lock in profits, and then we can play if it's going down, the SPXS and all that stuff as well. So we don't even necessarily have to short anything, but you can see this bad boy is getting set up. Like I said, you can see that dip is coming, and this is something that we will be playing pretty soon, because it'll be looking real good as that SPY gets ripping down from them all-time highs, because that's what it's about to do. You can tell it's going to hit that 610. And like I said, people are giving their opinions and their feedback. I was saying today, I still don't understand how the rates are cut, and people were saying their opinions, and that's all good. I like to read what everybody has to say, and it makes sense. I get it, but I mean, look where the market is, guys. I mean, who's arguing this? It's way better than when Biden was in. I can tell you that right now. And they were cutting rates back here, guys. Just remember, they were cutting rates. Look where the market is. It's way up there. It's up higher. They were still cutting rates out here, saying that the market was doing great. I don't know what everybody's talking about. I mean, I read these charts pretty well, and I just don't get it. So, maybe I'm insane. I say it all the time. I know I'm crazy, but you guys know when I say something like that, I'm probably dead on the money, and I just don't get it here either. So I have to say I have to side with Trump on that one. He's crazy too, but I just can't see why. How about this one right here? KWM, who told you this was about to run big, and boom, over 133% right there. That one got cruising today. Anyway, let's get back to our list and keep on cruising right now and find some more poppers here. So where were we at? Mullen, I think our good old friend, was running up, and RWV, good old CoreWeave. And this is another one we've talked about. We talked about this when it first featured in April, and I know the Godfather was talking about this last week on the small cap show, a few other times, and they've mentioned it in the Discord. And them guys do their due diligence. I look at the chart, and that's what's so great about it, guys. And that's what, when they start I'm really going to get into when they post things, I'm going to break down the charts for them. And I'm telling you, it's going to get extra good in that Discord. Like I said, just let me get that office done. It'll make it way better. I just can't. If I could do the showdown here and then do it. It's just after that, it's just like if I try to focus on trading and stuff, I don't know. It's like I'm in a cave. I just can't think straight down here anymore. I don't know what happened, but I'm like, I got to be outside. I can do pretty well in the sun and all. So I will be fine. And yeah, it'll be great. Tomorrow I'm going to vent out a portable AC unit and have that all set up. So yeah, it'll all be set up and ready for the interior. It's going to be pretty badass little shed office, I must say. And like I said, we're going to be cranking that thing out and making some crazy money. Yeah, I'm in a basement. I know it's crazy, but built a studio down here, so it was like the one spot that was easiest to make it, and then I could set up the lighting. And that's the thing. I'll be honest with you, I could change it, and it's kind of really bright down here, and it wouldn't be too bad because I do have windows. But then I had to to make the lighting right for the videos. You have to do so many different things, and I finally got that right with the sound and everything else. And I'm like, I'm not messing with it now. And yeah, so it's become like a basement. He's a deep salt diving said he loves basements. He's a mushroom. That's hilarious. Yeah, I love the sun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely a person of nature. But anyway, let's roll through here and get cruising. But yeah, look at this CoreWeave jumping up there. And these things are running in the top, guys. So you can keep an eye on these things for tomorrow. I can't guarantee anything, but they've been continuing to run up here. And how about that MongoDB? I know Luis Rodriguez always talks about this thing, and this looks like it's rolling up. So you might want to keep this on your radar tomorrow. MDB right there. Look at that bad boy. 194 to 230. It's at 228 for MDB right there. So sure Luis Rodriguez was checking that bad boy out today because he's always on top of that one. And that is MDB. And how about Green Lane right here? It was up a little bit. It wasn't getting crazy. I was expecting it to try to run. Still has that crazy look. I mean, they got grant compliance or whatever the hell it did. What I can't even remember anything. But they even had some news today. Green Lane and PAX renewed distribution agreement, and they were granted to continue listing from the NASDAQ. The compliance. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. And anyway, I was surprised it didn't run up more off of that news, but let's see what's going on with it tomorrow. Good old Green Lane. As a matter of fact, we'll just look. It's on the OTCs, so we don't care. I'm just curious how much is it down. And let's see, where is it? 0.0036. And Logic Mark actually may roll off of there and get cruising again on that OTCs. Some of these OTCs running, guys. So this one, it could. I mean, I'm not an OTC person, but the chart's still set up. You can still see it's still fine. And maybe you want to take a look at if it gets set up like that. So let's we can keep an eye on both of them right there. And ADTX right here. Here we go. Let's roll. It was cruising up the other day. It ran up a little bit more today. It was a little bit flat right there. Nothing too crazy, hitting the 20, but it doesn't look bad. A little bit of pullback. So it ran up a little healthy pullback. Nothing wild, but does not look bad there for ADTX. And Plug right here is looking pretty good to set up and run. And I had given this one out a few times on the small cap show, and it was running up here, pulling back, and then we knew it was running. But that guy's getting set up to plug away. So you might want to keep an eye on PLUG. It is looking good. AREB right here. We were looking at this guy yesterday, and it was running up. It was running up a little bit more right there. Had a little bit of pullback, but it still looks pretty good right there, guys, for American Rebel Holdings. And you can see that one's still trying to curl up. So keep an eye. It gets over this 20 and into that area, this thing's going to get cruising, and that is AREB. So keep an eye on that one. And BON, we were talking about this the other day, and it's been moving around. So let's take a look at it and see what's going on. BON, and that thing's been jumping up there. It's been looking good. You may see a little pullback tomorrow. Let me see. I think it just caught my eye and said it was running up at 211. Yeah, maybe not. That thing actually looks really good. I just, as we were clicking off, I noticed it was still up again in that after hour. I meant to email him and ask him when the heck are they getting this thing fixed. I mean, geez, could have built. I can build a house faster at this point. I mean, holy cow! And I'm like half crippled. And so, what the heck is taking so long? Do you see why I get frustrated with things, guys? Like, I'm the type of person that was always one that never. I just did stuff. If I was like, yo, I want something done, I just did it all the time. Didn't never mattered to me. It doesn't matter what it is. And yeah, and I just don't understand what takes so long sometimes for things. I mean, I understand it now with me with my brain, but I mean, I'm talking companies take forever to do anything anymore. It's pretty wild. I'm like, what are we doing at these places? I just don't get it, to be completely honest with you. But I don't know. I just operate, I guess, a different way. I guess I have no idea. But anyway, BON looking really good tomorrow, guys. And I said that was looking good the other day, and it looks better than it did the other day at this point. So there you go. We're definitely keeping an eye on that. And good old Holo was running up, running down. It was running all over the place today. And this thing is trying to get curled up again. And let's see if it wants to run back up. It was in the sevens yesterday, came back into the fives, and it does. Look at that curl up right there, guys. You may see this thing get up here into like the 14s or something crazy right there for Holo. So that's now you know how Elon feel. I swear, laptop travel. I'm not kidding you. You're on the money, because I operate like that too. I mean, I'm not on Elon's level. Don't get me wrong, not even close. But yeah, I just don't get why things take forever, and like, what the hell do people do? And yeah, and you just never see progress. That's the other. Like, I get it. If you're making progress and things end up taking a little while, that's one thing. You just don't see progress with anything. It's just bizarre. And like you would think, like Finviz, they got the pre-market fixed like pretty quick, and then all of a sudden it's taken like it's like 2 months, 3 months later, and the after hours still isn't fixed. And I just don't understand how it could possibly take that long. Like, wouldn't that be like your number one priority? Like, I would have been like, yo, scratch the new whatever thing that they were trying to do, and get this 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. and get these things right. I mean, nothing else really matters. And here they're like changing it to views and stuff. That's why yesterday I was saying, yeah, people are gonna like it. It's just like, how are you going to have that stupid thing on there when you can't even get the after hours fixed? That's what I thought yesterday. I'm not going to lie. That's immediately what I was thinking. And when I seen that message pop up and it said something about, do you want to change it to classic view or some new view or something? And in my brain, I'm going, really? Like, you can't get the goddamn candles right, and that's all that's important. Like, I don't really care about what view. You could put it in any view you want, just make it right. And yeah, that's what they were focusing on. So I think someone needs an email tomorrow, and that's where that's gonna go. And I'll send them an email. So nah, Finviz, I mean, it's still, nah, it doesn't cut off. It actually, well, it does, honestly. It cuts off at what, 4 p.m., and then it really is supposed to show it until like 7:59 is what it says, 8 p.m. And it has been, I guess, kind of accurately. Like, the pre-market's on the money, the candles and everything. But yeah, they just haven't gotten the after hours right. I just don't understand what takes long. And but that's with everything. And again, I just don't get it. I mean, I have that business sense of a mind. I'm like, yo, let's operate these things and make them work, monetize these things the best way, and let's go. Like, I don't know what the heck we're waiting for. Like, technology is insane today. You got people working for you. Let's get them working. I mean, I just don't understand what goes on. And yeah, whatever. But anyway, I'll shoot them an email and see where we're at with the after hours on the candles. And anyway, we'll get through our list at some point this evening as well. And Cole's right here was pulling back, but it's not in a bad spot, guys. So keep an eye on it. Could be a little dip opportunity right there as that 20's crawling up. And it's probably going to try to bounce off that MACD, but I'll keep an eye on that tomorrow. Elf up some more today. And good old Elf Beauty has been cruising up, especially after they bought Haley Bieber's cosmic or beauty line, whatever, road or something it's called, something like that. Anyway, that thing's been cruising up there, looking good, and it's still in the top. But I mean, guys, these things don't, like, they stay in the top this long, you know, they're coming out, and we can just go back and anytime you see them in the top, look where they come to. they come down pretty good. I mean, they take some pretty good dips when they're up here. Right here, your high was what, 221, and then immediately it's coming back down into what, like 150 area. So you can see, and I'm just going back. Look, when you come up, you're coming back down, even though it was bullish right there. I don't care how bullish it is. Once they run up like this, they're coming back down like that. So they're definitely getting pulled back. And you will see a good dip coming. And S bet right here was jumping around. It does look like it's trying to curl up to get up there again. So I would keep an eye on this S bet because that could have potential tomorrow to keep on running right there. And let's see what else is going on right here with SOUN, good old Soundhound. And it is setting up, guys. Remember that pullback I was talking about? And this is where you want to probably look at it right here. Today probably was a good day on this dip. And that's probably going to be your bottom in the 972 area, 971 right there. And you are probably going to get cruising up. I know Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez were liking it, and it did just it had that run up real quick too right here. We were looking at it, but then you could tell it wanted to pull back a little bit, and it did, but it's setting up really nice right now, guys. So I do like Soundhound right there, looking good. And QMCO, this one's trying to curl back up and looks pretty good. You're 20 and 50, and look at that thing. So if you get a curl up on this, that thing's going to be moving. And let me get it typed in. You can see your 20 and 50 just sitting right there. We see so many times it comes down like this and then just gets popping. So we'll be keeping an eye on that QMCO tomorrow just to see exactly which way that wants to go. And I'll take a quick look at RGTI and the rest of them guys really quick. RGTI right here. That one's a little pulled back, but it was up at that top, but it is pulling back a little bit. QUBT right here. Let's see what that's doing. Quantum computing. And that looks like it wants to roll up. Keep an eye on this one. Let me see that. QUBT. Yeah, that looks like it wants to roll off right there. QTUM. That Quantum Defiance right here. That one could be pulling back, though. So could see them kind of pull back a little bit. A couple of them look pretty decent. I mean, it's sitting right there. That one's going to be an interesting one tomorrow. That Quantum Defiance, it's way up from that 65 area. And let's see what IONQ is doing there. Down a little bit, hitting the 20 and could try to curl back up. Looks like it was pulling back just a hair in that spot where it could pull itself up or even roll back off that 20 right there. So we have to keep an eye on that. And ZSPC right here, I told you this thing was going to get bottomed out and get cruising, guys. And here you go. It looks like it's about to try to roll. It's getting out of that basement right there. And we might want to keep an eye on this thing. And we were watching it, and I said it's going to get that bottom and start to run. And here we go with it. So we'll definitely be keeping it. What I just do? I meant to type in RCAT right there, and that was running up today and looking pretty good. And I think that was looking pretty hot. Yep, there you go, up to 814 right there for a good old red cat, and doesn't look bad tomorrow. And then with the red cat, we'll go into our big cats are lion right here. This was setting up the other day, and look at it. It definitely is setting up, guys. Keep your eye on LGHL because that bad boy is setting up really good right there to get rolled off. And how about our cheetah right here, CTNT? And that one went running like a cheetah today. I didn't even notice that one, but it did run. I can see that. And there you go. Cheetah looks like it's been hopping up there. It looks like it was running in the after hours right there. Keep an eye on Cheetah if it wants to run up some more tomorrow. JagX was trying to get moving the other day. Which day was it? Yesterday a little bit. It's getting set up right here, so we keep an eye on JagX right there. And that one does not look too bad to try to curl up. It could try to curl up and hit this line and bounce down a little bit with that 20 coming down. But we'll take a look at it because I just pushed F. I don't know why, but there's Ford. It's in that channel, and Ford will get set up, let it pull back a little bit, and that'll look good. So there's some big cats in the computer hardware and quantum ones right there. So there we go. And GRYP is the Trump family crypto one. I'm telling you guys, keep an eye on this thing. You can probably just get into it right now because look at this bad boy. It's looking pretty good to get set up right there off that 20, off that trend line, and get curled up. I must say it looks good. And that CLBR was pulling back today. It had run up to them all time highs in that resistance, and now it's pulling back let it pull back a little bit. We'll see where it's at tomorrow and see if it's going to be another good opportunity. I'll keep an eye on that and let you know. But GRYP is looking pretty good. And OCGN was up some more, guys. And what did I tell you? It was going to roll off of there, right? And there you go. It's rolling right off. So, I mean, it is doing exactly. I think I got this one down pretty good. OCGN right there. So we can play that one easily anytime. And Lockheed Martin, I told you guys this one was looking good, and it's still looking good right there. And that one's cruising up. And that one is moving. And I did tell the people in the Discord to grab it this morning, and it was opened at 481, and it got up to 486. It's at 485 right there. And how about this one as well? This one was the same way, NOC, and boom, I've been telling people the last couple days that they were setting up. And bam, there you go. So you were in here, like right in that area, if you're in the Discord, and two really beauties right there. So there you go. And again, I'm just going to be I'm just getting started for that. Not even started yet. I'm telling you, it's going to get crazy in that Discord. So we are going to crush it every which way, and they already do. And I'm just going to add some more bonus to it, I would say. So here we go. Let's look at that bread miller right here. We were looking at it earlier. I forget who had mentioned that when it hits $3, we were going somewhere, but there it is. It's curling up and looking pretty good. Bread Miller, BNRG, hitting that 20 area. We'll see what happens, but it is looking good right there. And KWM, I just searched I looked at that one before, and I gave you this one the last couple days, guys, and said it was getting set up to run. And KWM right there was over 150%er. And there you go. That one went 188 to 647. That was a monster right there. And we saw that on the scanners, I think, the other day. Sometimes they just grab my attention and they get popping like this ONDS. This one, look at this guy rounding up some more, another 23% today. And that thing's been a monster right there. So be careful. It is way run up. And this TOI is getting set up, guys. So keep an eye on this bad boy. And this is one that, whoa, what the heck am I doing right there? I'm definitely hitting like them F something buttons or whatever. But TOI, it's been trying to push up. You know, this next time it's going to start curling through and running soon, guys. So TOI Oncology Institute getting set up right there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And how about good old Jeff's Brands right here? I'll just click on it right there. And it was trying to get set up. And again, remember we said it's going to curl up. I'm not so sure it's getting through yet, guys. So I'll watch it. I wouldn't jump into it just yet. I would definitely make sure it's going to get through that, because if it doesn't, it's getting pulled back a little bit more, and it'll be in a way better spot to buy, obviously, and you'll have money tied up in it. So there you go with that one. And HCTI Healthcare Triangle right here is really getting to be in a good spot there, guys. And we might want to have to keep an eye on HCTI tomorrow. I know we already caught one pop off of it, but it's looking pretty good to try to pop off again. So I would keep an eye on HCTI. It is looking good. And APDN right here, that's our Applied DNA Sciences, and it did reverse split the other day. It's curling up. It's looking pretty good. And we said it could be a monster off of this reverse split. And here it goes, guys. It is trying to curl up 645 to 650. And it did pull back. I still think it looks pretty good right there. I'll have to definitely look at that one tomorrow, honestly, to see what that one wants to do. APDN. And UNH right here was down just a little bit. Remember, we said there's our blue screen. Could have a little bit of pullback as it gets set up, but this one's going to get moving pretty soon right there, UNH. And good old hit. This one had been a hit the other day. I just didn't look at it today, really. And it was running up a little bit there. It looks like 64 or gapped up or something. Let's see. But it was running up the other day. It was pretty nice little shot, and it doesn't look too bad, I must say. I'll keep an eye on it. It was looking like it wanted to run up a little bit more the other day, and I'll keep an eye on that one. HIT, see if it does want to run again. And the CDT right here was down a little bit. Conduit Pharmaceuticals Nice little dip into the basement some more right there. Was trying to get out. Still over the MACD line right there. So we'll keep an eye. It did reverse split recently. And we'll see what CDT is up to. And this is why I always stay super patient on them and make sure they're completely set up. Carnival, I'm telling you, this thing's looking good though. And just keep an eye on this, see if it pulls back to that trend line. If you get it in the lower 23s right there, but it is looking pretty good. It could have just been a little healthy pullback, and I will definitely be looking at that tomorrow as well. Good old CCL Carnival and TSSI, not TT, it's TSSI, and look at that bad boy right there, and exactly what we're talking about, and that's ready to run up some more, and that was a beauty. So there you go. And that's exactly what we've been doing all the time, up 13%. When you can do this all the time, 13%ers, 20%ers, 50%ers, 80%ers, 100%ers, 10%ers, not nonstop. Just keep compounding it around. Your accounts will grow really, really quick, and it'll be a beauty, believe me. So that is exactly what we will be doing. I'm telling you in Discord, they've already been doing it. So that's why I'm telling you it's going to be even better. And Givo right here, it was down a little bit. Like I said, just let it kind of pull back a little bit here, and we'll see when it wants to get set up. I'll keep an eye on it. It was looking a little better yesterday. It ran around today. Don't get me wrong, 119 to 124, back to 117, and it does look like it's going to get rolled off. So it's just that little run around while it sets up. And we'll keep an eye on GEVO. People would like that one. And Estee Lauder right here is moving. And this one doesn't look bad right there for good old EL. So you might want to keep an eye on that one. A little run up today and then a little pullback, but not looking bad. Almost open and close. It's the same exact price right there. And that is EL and SNYR Synergy. This one was setting up yesterday, and I think it is still setting up right here. I was checking this out today. I didn't spell that right. It's SNYR. I don't know what I'm doing, but there you go. And look at that bad boy getting set up. And it was just kind of running around today, 220. I think it gapped up maybe. It closed at 217, so it went up to 222, pulled back. It's at 2, but that thing's setting up. We'll see if it pulls back a little in that channel. But that is looking pretty good right there, and it will be getting set up for SNYR. So I'll be watching that one. And here's that TMDE, just down a little bit, nothing real crazy. It says it went up in the after hours. And again, I'm just kind of keeping an eye on these. They're way down there, brand new, and they will get moving. And that Robin Energy right there was trying to move around RBNE. And it was moving in the after again. It's still in the basement right there, but it's trying to get set up. So keep an eye on this thing. It's not looking bad right there. And it does look like it's trying to get set up for RBNE and GLXY Galaxy Digital. And this thing was up in the top, pulled back, and maybe it is trying to get set up. It says it went up in the after hours, so let's see what it's doing. And it did 1931, and it's closed at 2093. So yeah, that's not looking bad right there for Galaxy Digital. It could keep some momentum going right there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. MCTR, we looked at this last night. It was already running up there, and then it ran up some more. If I could type it in, what is going on right there? But we did look at this yesterday. I said, guys, look at it in the morning for some more momentum. 38.52 to 54.91 right there. And boom, that's why you listen to the show. And what did I put in there? Silo. Someone wanted to see this one, SILO, Silo Pharma. And that's not looking bad, actually, hitting that 20, trying to crawl up there. So that one could get set up. It may come back down. Has good momentum at the end of the day, but hitting that 50. But it is getting set up there as well. So we'll keep an eye. You don't want to chase it, but if it's really moving, it should be pretty good. And FRGT right here, Freight Technologies, recently split right there on the 27th. And I have to agree that one is crawling up. I forget. I think OV Grows had mentioned that one. And yeah, that is looking pretty good right there for FRGT. Keep an eye on that. ATXG, let's look at that one real quick. Here we go, ATXG, and that one was trying to run up the other day. I know we've been looking at it the last few days, and it could be trying to get set up even better, guys. So keep an eye on this. I have to look at that tomorrow. Has that crazy look, 84, and basically opened and closed right around the same spot. Looks like it could want to pull back, but getting set up at the same time. I have to look at that one right there. ATXG, that one could be a wild one. And I'll definitely look at it tomorrow. And FBGL, this one was trying to get curled up. I know Scott's been talking about it, and it was running up, and there's that curl up into that channel right there for FBGL. And this one, it's starting to get that Pac-Man look, and usually when they do, they usually end up here. So keep an eye on this FBGL. This is a pretty new one out of Singapore, construction and engineering. We looked at it, I think, the very first day. And there you go. It is setting up pretty nice. And, of course, our True Golf right here, TRUG. And let's see what this one's doing. It's trying to get set up again. We've hit this one for 100% or before, maybe even twice. Good old True Golf. It ran up the other day, I remember. And it is in that channel trying to get set up, and I'll keep an eye on it for tomorrow. A little healthy pullback. Nothing too crazy right there, but it is looking decent for True Golf. And I looked at that IRTR at the very beginning. And what is it called? Ryder Log Tech or something. It's a Hong Kong construction and engineering like the other one. It's in the top, so you can look at it for tomorrow morning. But it did go 574 and then dipped back down. So it opened and then dipped down. So we'll have to see if that's a little pullback or if it really does want to pull back. It's in the top. It's a hard one to see. It might run up for you 4 o'clock, folks. Laptop Travel and Crew. And but we'll have to see what that one's doing, and just keep that on your list, that RITR. And I'll go through the messages in a moment right here and see what's going on. I just looked over, and Non, you want to see what space we usually go over towards the end, but let's look at Virgin Galactic right here. We go over it each night. It's always on the list. And let's see. I remember it was coming down for a long time, and it is trying to get set up. Your 20s up there though on space, SPCE. And let's see, it's a aerospace and defense one. It is going to try to get curled. It's got to get back over that 352 right there. And it's curling up. It may get hit right here and come stay into that channel. I'll look at it again tomorrow. We look at it each day, each night, and each morning too. So I always run through SPCE. It's not looking bad. Like I said, it gets over that 350 area right there, 352. It should get cruising. So we'll keep an eye on space as we usually do. And here we go. I'll look at I think that says ABSI. If I typed it in right, we'd know if it's one. Yep, ABSI, ABSI or something Corp. That one's setting up good. Here's our laptop travel list right here. And we'll go through this real quick and then look at our Joe Lee's jams. So this one looks really good right there. The ABSI, the very first one. And Cassie looks good, pretty good right there in that channel. So keep an eye on CASI right there, because that one's getting set up. So always some really good ones on here. CATO right there. And let's see what that's doing once it gets over this channel. It could just be setting up here. Could take a day or so to see. Oh, that one looks good on there, though, I must say. That one's meeting up. We might have to definitely keep an eye on that. It looked like it needed to set up another day or so, but it is looking pretty good there. And GTIM, Good Times Restaurant's not looking bad. And HLLY, I'm Holly. I don't know. We ever do this one? I was writing it down. I couldn't remember. What that was. HLLY. And that's not looking too bad either. So keep an eye on that one. It's got the 50 right there, 219. And then it'll stay in that channel right there. And let's see what MNDO is doing. Mine CTI. That's an Israeli software application one. And this one could be getting set up, just passing over to 20 right there for MNDO. And let's see. Yeah, that one's looking pretty good to try to get set up, guys. I would say I'll be keeping an eye on that. MRSN. Let's see what that's doing real quick. Here we go right here. MRSN. That one's bouncing up as well. It looked like it might have been down in the after hours. I just caught my eye, but that looks really good to roll off. And a lot of really good ones with your laptop travel list right here, MXCT. And here we go. I think we were talking about this the other day because I showed you guys MXC. And here you go. This one's running up today. So I knew that was looking good, just like that TV show MXC. Get a good laugh. Need a good laugh late at night. Just pop an episode of that on YouTube, and it'll crack. I mean, that thing is great. MXC, what a show. Anyway, this one looking good. It should continue its way up tomorrow. And let's see, I should do a show like MXC one day, and do like the commentary on something on the stock market like they do. I don't know if I could do it. The dudes were they were pretty good. So here we go. OVID. Let's look at this guy right here. OVID. And that's not looking bad for tomorrow, guys. So a lot of good ones. Children's Place right here. Wow, that's running up. And we know we like Children's Place right around September. And but I think they have people have to buy their children's clothes or summer's clothes. I'm sitting there just can't even think, and I couldn't type and talk at the same time. Anyway, PLCE Children's Place is looking good. People are buying their summer kids clothes. That's what I was trying to say. And it looks not bad right there. It looks like it wants to run up. Their earnings must be pretty good because they're coming up on Friday right there for PLCE and Prime right there. Prime Medicine, not looking bad. A little flat today, but not bad at all. And PROK right there, Pro Kidney. And that looks pretty good, I must say. What do they do? A biotech company. What are they doing? Like kidney research or something? That's an interesting one. Pro Kidney. I'm not sure what the heck they do, but yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I'm not reading it, but it's not looking bad right there. I might have to keep an eye on PROK. I never heard of them. RNGR Ranger. Up RNGR right there is Ranger Energy Services. And this one's not looking bad. And RGR, I couldn't remember what it was. I just knew it was Ranger something Energy Services. And that looks like it wants to jump up into that channel right there. Moving VYGR, Voyager Therapeutics setting up as well. And that doesn't look bad. So a really good list right here from Laptop Travel. Look at that thing. Looks like that thing's about to go on a voyage. And XBit right here. Let's look at it. XBIT exhibit right there is looking good on exhibit 1. Let's look at it, exhibit 2 right here and see what that's doing. This XBI was looking good. We looked at it the other day, and that's even up right there. But let's look at exhibit 2. If I could type it in. Holy cow, what am I doing? Here we go. Exhibit 2 right there is looking well, and it is in that channel curling up. I would say exhibit looking really good. XBIT, XBiotech, and ZURA right there, Zura Bio, and that's curling up. So really nice list right there. Laptop Travel, thank you very much for that. It's hitting the 50. We'll see what happens, but definitely a good one. And Boom and Farmer looking pretty good. And I'll just run through the SPY, Big Caps, Mag 7, and all them guys, and then I'll go through and see what you guys are talking about over there, because I see all kinds of messages. So I'll scroll through and see it all, and we'll go through everything. So yeah, here we go. Let me just roll right through our SPY and everything else, and then we'll cruise through our messages and see what else we can do. So here we go. And how about that Mullen all the way up in KWM and STSS? Some good ones right there. What was the news about? Wall Street ends narrowly mixed and choppy trade on weak economic data, and Asian stocks cautious ahead of Japan bond auction. That's going to be interesting. And Musk keeps hammering Trump tax bill. He sure does. What did Laptop Travel say? He wrote an article about something. I forget what it was. What was he saying? His article coming out tomorrow morning. The bromance and honeymoon is over. Elon Musk divorces himself from Trump and the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. So there you go. And yeah, I'm telling you, he is not happy. And I remember I said the other day, I was looking at that bill and I said, they just keep spending on nonsense. I just don't get it. And I know that Major Taylor Green chick, she's all pissed off too. I didn't even see this part, and she said she didn't see it either. But apparently there's a section in it where like no state can change the law or like go against AI. I forget exactly. It's like AI laws for 10 years for each state. I forget. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, there's all kinds of crazy shit in that Big beautiful bill. I don't know how big and beautiful it is. Big, but I don't know how beautiful it is. And yeah, it's still a lot of wasteful spending in there. I can promise you that. And that's exactly what I was saying the other day. So anyway, here we go. And stock futures are a little changed after Dow snaps the 4-day winning run. It was down a little bit. We'll look at it right now. As a matter of fact, good leeway, not into PSY, but SPY. And it was down 16 cents. It started it was up, I think, a little, 559, and then it got up to 564, and then it came back down. So it was just kind of jumping around, not a whole lot there, but it was basically a flat day right there, 596 to 597. I was gonna say, when we look at this earlier, where to get, I thought it was only $1 away. And look at it, guys. I mean, it's struggling to get up there. It is in that channel, though, but it's struggling to stay up. So they're going to leave it in another real interesting look for Friday. I can already tell you that. I can see it already where it's going to be. And tomorrow, you might have a little bit of pullback there unless he's tweeting something good happens. Maybe you see some China news come out, like some trade deal news, or not deal, but some trade talk news, I'll say. And Apple pulling back. But look at that setup, guys. I think Apple, I was telling you, I thought it was getting set up. I know I was a little bit early, probably a couple weeks, but the thing is looking pretty good. Could bounce down there, but the thing is getting set up. So I'd watch it for a little bit of pullback. What is going on here? Why is this thing not doing what it usually does? Anyway, I gotta reset that thing. Right there, like that 198. So just watch and see if it pulls back a little bit right there, and we'll see what happens as it hits that MACD. It's pulling back a little bit, but and a little pullback. It's going to get set up. I can tell you that right now. It's going to have a nice little run, and I don't know what is going on right now. The cursor ain't working. Let me see. At least it wasn't on that one. Hold on. Yeah, something's weird here. Let me just do this real quick and see if it'll work better. No, this happened before. It was all out of weird. All right, well, I'll just have to roll with it anyway. Let's see. So that was Apple and Amazon right here. At least it's working. That's all that matters. And Amazon is over the yeah, it's not working right. Anyway, Amazon is over that trend line, but pulling back right there. It wants to curl up. And again, it's giving all kinds of weird looks right there. And I do think they could pull back, but they still want to run up there. So I'm sticking with it right there. You can see some pullback. Google right there, ready to roll off. And how about, have I done that like every day with Meta? But Meta was running up, and I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell Zuck's got going on, but that thing's in the top right there, and it looks like it wants to run up even higher for Meta. So there you go. Meta doesn't look bad. A gray screen right there. I'm telling you, it's all jacked up. I can't get the cursor to. I'll have to restart everything after the show. Anyway, no big deal. Microsoft right here. As long as it's working, I can work with it. And here, Microsoft keeps running up there, guys, and it's mind-boggling to me, but it's pulling back there, but still running up. So it's an interesting one, and just be careful with it. And the video wasn't looking too bad hitting that top, and looks like it wants to roll off of there. And Tesla was down today, and it looked like it was pulling back, I guess, because he was talking bad about Trump. He's pulling back right now. Trump's going to snap his fingers and make that bad boy dip, and it looks like it wants to dip all the way down here into that 50. So keep an eye on Tesla. Could have some good pullback right there. I'll keep an eye on it tomorrow. And how about AMC? It was trying to roll back up there. So we'll be keeping an eye on AMC right there to see if it does want to roll back up, because GameStop's hitting that 20 and it was pulling back down. But it also looks like GameStop could possibly roll back up, as you can see on the 20. I'll be keeping an eye on that one. Chewy was still up there. It was down a little today, but it's still up there in the top and over that trend line. I knew that. And it does not look bad, but again, it's way up there. So you got to be really careful with that. And how about Unity? It was trying to run up the other day. It looks like it was running up a little bit today at some point, and probably the pre-market there, hitting that top, a little bit of pullback, and we'll see what's up with Unity tomorrow. You can't even really tell right there. And let's see what's going on with Netflix right now. and that is staying over 1200 and keeps going up. And Netflix is trying to get into the top. And Netflix is a crazy one, I'll tell you that. It's not cheap, but it goes up. And look at AVGO has been going up, and it just keeps going up. And they have their earnings tomorrow, so we'll see what goes on. It's all the way up in the top, and I'd be careful with it up there with earnings. And MU is still running up there to the top right there. And we'll see what it wants to do tomorrow. But TSM, I told you that thing looked good, and it was jumping up there today. And I bet it'll try to get up to that 220 area, at least 210. I guarantee that right there. I won't guarantee it, but I'm saying it probably will. SMCI over that resistance, not looking bad, and could get cruising. And AMD, guys, this one was getting set up, and it looks like it wants to get cruising right there. So keep an eye on AMC and QCOM right here. If I type that in right, it's been bullish. In a bullish trend, I'll say it kind of pulled back, but it looks like it wants to get bullish again and start running. And I don't know what the hell I'm typing in now, but INTC right here, that one's just been getting set up. We know that. And good old PayPal, that one was running up today and looking pretty good. And Snow's been a monster up there. It's been a snow beast. And but I would be careful with it up there. And how about Dell keeps running up? And that one, it looks like it has a little pullback in it, but it still wants to go up. It's a weird one. And good old Palantir pulling back right there. And I do think Palantir pulls back a little bit. Sophie, that one could too. It looks like it's trying to set up. So maybe you can see a little pullback with Sophie as well right there. And Mara and Riot. Mara and Riot were both up a little. They're just curling up and running up. Riot looks pretty good. We'll see if it gets through. It's hitting that 200. I'm not sure if they will, but it'll be interesting if they do. And here is Clean Spark hitting some resistance, and it looks like it wants to get through there. And MicroStrategy right there was down a little bit. And again, it's just in that channel, and I think it needs some time to set up for strategy. And what was Coinbase up to? That was down a little bit, and Robinhood right there was up, and that's all the way in the top two. We got to be careful with that. We'll see tomorrow what that's up to, and what's that eToro doing, and that's actually trying to go up right now. We'll see what that's up to. It looks like that could have been a bottom down here, and I can't. I mean, it's really hard. Freaking thing isn't working right. Anyway, that one's a new one. We'll look at it tomorrow. And I can't really click on the things exactly because it's not working right now. Anyway, DJT right here was curling up. Not too bad. Let's see what Fun was doing because that looks like it wanted to get Fun soon. And if it gets up over that 20 right there, it will. It's trying to curl up. PHUN. And I'll be keeping an eye on that just to see if it's getting set up. It gives us an idea sometimes what the DJT is. Yeah, look at it. It looks like it's trying to anyway. For PHUN and MTN, let's look at it, pulling back some more. We'll see when it hits that line right there. McDonald's had been pulling back, and that looks like it has a little more pullback in it. And Boeing's always going up, but it might be pulling back finally right here, Boeing. Wow, let's see if Boeing's actually going to pull back right there. It very well could. And like I said, this is a dip coming. And then we looked at space earlier, and it isn't looking too bad to get set up. I'll take a look at it tomorrow again. IBM up a little bit, and that looks like it's setting up to get into a bullish state. And Disney's still not looking bad at that 113. Remember, I gave you guys that at like 85 or something, 90. I forget where we were. But we were way down there. And how about Oxy? It's like right in a good spot. Little healthy pullback today for Oxy. And yeah, I'd say Oxy and ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil don't look as good as Oxy. Oxy was looking a little bit better right there. So we'll keep an eye on that Oxy and see what it's doing. And see if it does want to get rolling. And Nike was looking good yesterday, and it ran up some today. I know that. I was saying that was looking good in DXYZ, that Destiny Tech 100. And that thing is just kind of hanging out, getting set up right at the moment. So there you go with some Mag 7 big caps and all them guys and your SPY and everybody else. So there you go. And let's see what is going on. Let me just cruise right through the messages again and see what's going on. Boom, boom. Good evening, Mr. Drawdown. And we already looked at that RITR for Nico. Nico is in Dubai. That's pretty cool. And Deep Soul Diving. Oh, dude, Deep Soul Diving lives in BC in Canada. That's a beautiful place. I've been out there before. I went to Whistler. I went and stayed. There's a real quick, cool story. I went and stayed at the Four Seasons in Whistler. And, like, I guess it was only built for 5 months. That Four Seasons. I guess this was holy shit. It had to have been over 20 years ago. I guess. Holy cow. Yeah, it must have been. And yeah, my buddy that I was a chef with. He was a manager at a country club I worked at, a really nice one. Then he left and went to the Four Seasons in Philly, and he was running the Fountain Room, which was like at that time it was like the number one restaurant in Philly, one of the best restaurants for the Four Seasons in the country at the time. It was crazy, and my buddy was running that place, and it was great. And they just built the Whistler Four Seasons out there, and they sent my buddy out to go check it out. We went. I tell you exactly what it was. Whenever the Patriots and the Eagles played the Super Bowl the very first time, and the Patriots won, that's when it was. So whatever year that was, that's when it was, because I watched that Super Bowl out in not at the Whistler, at the Vancouver Four Seasons that night. We stayed at the Vancouver Four Seasons for a night, and then we took a bus to the Whistler one, and that place was crazy. Like I said, they had just built it, and it was a wild trip. It was me and my buddy, and then my buddy got to take like two friends, and the Four Seasons sent two people. They sent my buddy and another guy, and then my buddy took two friends. The other guy was supposed to take somebody, but my buddy was like, "Yo, I'm taking two guys." And it was me and this dude Sparky. And Sparky was a nut job. He was a great dude. I've known Sparky for a while, but this dude was crazy. His dad passed away, but he was a great guy. And he was a union electrician, and he had the largest union electrician company in New Jersey. They wired all like the easy passes on the turnpike at the time. It was a huge company. Dude had a gas he had his own gas pump in his front yard. My buddy that worked and took us, we would and they lived out in like the middle of nowhere. And when I'd go to my buddy's house with him, we would just pull into Sparky's house, and he would just fill up his gas tank, and his dad would come out and say hi to my buddy. And they were childhood friends, and he was the nicest guy. And yeah, just a shame. And it ended up happening. My brother-in-law is a union electrician. He's a foreman now, but his apprenticeship was he worked for them. And like I said, I'd just gone to Canada with the dude Sparky, and then my brother-in-law started working with them as an apprenticeship for them, and he did his entire apprenticeship with them, and got some really good gigs. They were great people. Like I said, unfortunately, the dad passed away, and I think the company kind of went down after that. His dad was just a genius and really good. But anyway, that was the BC. Yeah, that place was great. I just remember Hastings Street. That's where you'd go. They had all kinds of like a couple cannabis shops down there, and it was good times. That was in Vancouver. Vancouver was beautiful. A lot of homeless people, but it was. I just remember it being a beautiful city. And yeah, I would definitely. I like Canada. It was a lot of fun, and Whistler was awesome place to ski and snowboard at. And like I said, we stayed at that Four Seasons right there. They had just built. Oh my god, it was insane. And they wanted to try to impress my buddy Brian, so we would like go to dinners, and like we would just like order all kinds of stuff. Then they would bring out all kinds of stuff and bottles of wine, and we never seen a bill for anything. It was just so crazy. It was one of the wildest trips ever. And yeah, I just remember coming off the mountain, and they had like this little I was gonna say a shed. It was definitely wasn't a shed. It was like a big building, and you'd come down to the bottom of the mountain, and the Four Seasons had their own building, and you'd go in and you'd sit down, like, and they'd literally take your boots off for you and get you hot chocolate with marshmallows, and it was just crazy, like fun time. And the city was like the nightlife was good. Everything was fun. And so yeah, that was that. And anyway, that was my BC trip back then. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I can't even remember. I can't believe it was that long ago, but it was a lot of fun. I just know we had a blast at that one. So anyway, there we go. Old trip right there. OMH, let's look at that one. We've been looking at this thing. it was pulling back the other day. It looked like it pulled back some more today. So not ready. What was that? ION something. IO3. What is that? IO3. I forget what the heck it is. IO. Oh, freak. What is it? I can't picture it. I can't even think of it. Whatever that one is, somebody can post it up. I'll look at it. I can't even think of what it was. I don't remember. Anyway, let's keep on cruising and CURR. Yeah, that's a nice dip. See if it comes back down a little more right here. I wish this would work. Yeah, 139-ish. Oh, it's working now. Look at that. How'd that come? Yeah, it started working. Look at that. Sweet. I couldn't click and I couldn't get the cursor to do anything before. Now it's working. That's cool. Usually I have to like restart the whole computer. But watch it come back down a little bit more. You might get a better dip right there. And anyway, here we go. Let's look at CURR. And Karen's group right here is in the basement as well. And we'll see if that one can get cruising. It's over the MACD. Your 20's way up there. We'll have to see. It's kind of trying to be in a good spot. I'd have to look at that one tomorrow. And Laptop Travel said we did have a great day with that STSS NCEW, which is that Hong Kong one. That one was jumped up today. BAOS. That jumped up. Keep an eye on that in the morning. That could continue. And good old B Hat was up today. I did see that one, and it didn't look too bad right there. It's in that channel, so keep an eye on good old B Hat. Not bad right there. And let's see what's going on here. Doom. And Jessica, how are you? Jessica Estrada, how are you this evening? And Sam's on here. And let's see how we're doing. Let me just take a quick look. And thanks, Zach. Zach said he's glad I'm feeling better, and I am too. I'm definitely feeling a lot better than last night and this morning. I'll tell you, like this morning, I was like, couldn't even move. I didn't even what the heck was going on. So I tried to get up to do the show. I came down here and I was like, I think I need to go lay back down. I don't think this is going to be a good show. And I'm glad I did because I passed right back out, and I felt better when I got up. I'm not going to lie. So that was good. And ASTS, this one's another one in the Discord right here. And that's a beauty right there. Yeah, Laptop Trial, we were already saying. Ben called that one out. And Nico said Dubai is awesome. No cannabis here, unfortunately, but it's a culture of success, self-improvement, and achieving the impossible. Plenty of great food, alcohol, and strong social scene. Yeah, I know. I have a couple buddies that go over there. And but yeah, Nico, keep us posted on the Dubai life. That's really cool. And thanks for tuning in. And thank you very much. And definitely you're enjoying the analysis. Thank you. And Laptop Travel has probably definitely been to Dubai. What do you say? Love Dubai, but it's easy to accomplish that when you remodel in a bare desert while pumping cash. Yeah, well, they definitely pump some cash into that thing. And you know what, though? I wouldn't say it's really easy. Making a desert is not the easiest thing to do, making it very livable and profitable. So you do need a ton of money, but you also need it to be a profitable area to keep that money pumping in. So I must say Dubai has done it right. There's no doubt about that. No one would ever doubt that right now because that place is crazy. You see the pictures, and like I said, I got some friends that go there, and it is a wild looking place. It's a beauty. So if you do want to go somewhere it's really cool and you're not caring about the cannabis scene, because they definitely are not cannabis friendly, you will definitely be in jail. You do that over there. They're strict. They tell you the stuff that you can and can't do. And yeah, you can't spit in the streets, and like it's like they're pretty hardcore, and they don't mess around either over there. I'm sure Nico will tell you. But yeah, it's a beautiful place. Like I said, I got some friends that visit there, and it is a beautiful place. I look at the pictures when they go, and it's like, damn, that place. It looks just like it's crazy. It's beautiful. So anyway, UAE. What is this? I don't even MSCI. I'm not even sure what this is, but it looks like it's kind of pulling back. Let's see. It could be setting up there. This one's a goofy one right here. I would say it might pull back a little bit is what I would say. I'm not even sure what that one is. And Mr. Oh, you're talking about the UAE as a cash drawer, not this. Okay. I just was looking, and no oil in Dubai, but definitely a place unlike any other. The desert is hot right now. The whole of the Middle East is, I believe it is. And here we go. So, yep. Dubai. Appreciate all that insight right there, Nico. And Hood should be added to the S&P 500. Yeah, they were talking about that as a matter of fact. And I know Laptop Travel mentioned it the other day. And so we'll see if that gets added. Robinhood is a prime candidate for S&P 500 edition right there. So see that news today. And I know Laptop Travel mentioned the other day, and MongoDB, that thing was doing good. Was it MDB or something? That thing was cruising up there, has some resistance, but we'll keep an eye on that bad boy. DMN is on the OTC, and let's see what it's doing now. I haven't looked at it in a while right here. It's now DMNIF. And it's actually not looking too bad right there, but we know it can bounce around. So we keep an eye on it right there. Chart don't look too bad on that one. And there we go with that. PRSO and NTRP. Let's see what they're up to. When green took profits, waiting for some pullback. Let's see what they're up to. That Peraso, that was a good one. And that one could get to that 120 right there and possibly run up some more. So not looking bad. And that next trip was looking good at NTRP. And there you go with that one, up over 15%. That one could have a next trip up tomorrow some more. So that was a good one. And I guess Mr. Drawdown gave us that one. So thank you, because that was good. And how about JNUG right here, the good old gold miners? And they were up, not looking bad right there. Here is your it's B, Barrick Mining. It used to be G, or it used to be gold. I just typed in G and thought maybe that would work, but it's actually B. And here you go with Barrick Mining. And yeah, it's just kind of curling up right there. It's not looking bad for Barrick Mining. It was jumped up. It is setting up for sure. GDX right there, looking pretty decent, pretty bullish. So, like I said, you can see, guys, there's a dip imminent. You can see that. And Nico said RITR filed with the S filled. Don't mind me, Nico. I can't read. You're new. I suffered a brain injury almost 2 years ago. I got whacked in the head. I was helping Buddy jack up a house, and the freaking 4x4 kicked out, and I got hit in the head with a 10-ton jack with the pressure of the house right there in my head. I took that bad boy, I guess, like a champ. I don't know. I was floating through energy, but for some reason, I just can't read anymore. Like the words, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at anymore. I really don't. But it's just really bizarre. And yeah, that really looked like it said filled to me like 5 times. I just don't know what the heck I'm looking at sometimes. But anyway, it says RITR filed with the, and then when I was reading it, it didn't make sense. But that's what goes on when I read a children's book to my 4-year-old. I'm like, what am I even reading? I don't even know. But somehow I could still look at these charts. And honestly, I was looking at them in the yard at night, laughing at my friend, going, "You're so lucky I could still see these things," as I was in another planet. And I was definitely in another galaxy for months. I mean, long time. So anyway, little backstory for Nico, because he's new, just tuning in. And yeah, if you guys can laugh at me, I can't read, so I try to pronunciate some of the names of some of the companies that I know. I just can't even read them. So you guys have a good laugh. My wife loves it. I butcher words now. It's just crazy. Like I said, I don't even know what the heck I'm looking at. But anyway, I know I can look at stock charts. I know that. And but that's the reason why I have to get out of this basement. It's the darkness isn't good for my brain. I don't know. It just doesn't work well. I just noticed like a month ago, I guess I just spent the whole winter down here and just too many hours, and all of a sudden it just caught up with me. And kind of made me a little crazy. I think I was like, I walked outside. I was like, I need to be out here. And then I looked at my small shed and I said, I am making that into an office. And here we go. It's going to be done pretty soon. So that's what happened. And that's why I haven't been posting as much. I just had to get away from my basement. And like, I can do the show with no problem. But once I start trying to trade and really think and get into it, forget about it. I don't think about this stuff, guys. I just look at these things. I tell you, the faster I look at them, the better off we are. If I tell you less than 3 seconds what it's going to do, you guys know how accurate it's going to be. I don't have to explain you to you, but yeah, the longer I look at it, the worse off it is, and that's what I seem to have been I was doing while I was trading. I was just like going back and forth, and I just couldn't be clear about it. And I had to figure out what was going on. And like I said, I could tell. I was like, I got to get out of here. And so that's what it started. That's how the whole shed office started, anyway. But yeah, don't mind me. I can't read, Nico. That's where I was going with that. Anyway, here we go. So RITR filed with the SEC with an aim to purchase 15,000 Bitcoin, with PR coming soon. So we might want to keep an eye on that then, if that's the news coming out. And again, Nico, I just look at charts. I don't ever look at news unless it says it right here. And they do say crypto treasury strategy news right there the other day. So yeah, this is about as far as I go for news. I scroll down on FinViz, and if they don't have anything, it's like news never happened to me. So I'm not a news guy, but I do enjoy it, honestly. I have enjoyed learning about some of these companies and all that. Before, I used to just scan thousands of charts. I didn't care. I didn't even look at the names of the companies or anything, never even cared, and just picked out the poppers, and I go through them, sometimes sectors and things. We do it all the time on here. And but yeah, I just like to look at stock charts and see things. But now I do enjoy reading the names of the companies and seeing what's going on. It's pretty interesting. It's kind of like I say, this whole show is very I guess brain therapeutic for me. So it's good cognitive therapy, let's put it that way. So anything that I do a little extra in reading and stuff, since I'm not that good at it, I can tell my long-term memory has been coming back a lot more. My short-term memory is still horrible, but it's given me hope that that could happen, because it'll be 2 years on July 8th that I got hit in the head. They say that you only have like a year and a half to 2 years for recovery for a brain injury, but I just found out that's not true. I just talked to like one of the most brilliant guys I ever talked to about brain injuries, and it just so happened to be one of the dads at my my little guy's preschool. And we were at a picnic the other day, because when they graduate the next day, they have a picnic, and we were all there. And this guy was talking to a buddy that I know, another dad, and he was mentioned, I'd never seen the guy before, and he's like, yeah, I have a therapy consulting business. And I was like, oh, that's cool. What kind of therapy? He goes, it's nothing exciting, migraines and headaches. I go, you'll like my story. So I was telling him about my story, and he goes, yeah, I would never see you, but a very interesting story. But this guy, you could tell he was super knowledgeable in his industry. And I kept saying, wow, he knew like everything. And he told me some good things that I should be looking into. And I was pretty excited after talking to him, because I'm telling you, this guy was dead on the money. When you talk to somebody and they know what they're talking about, it's very, very relieving, because I'm telling you, the medical industry is horrible today, guys. It is so bad. And I'm pretty clear with them. I make it clear. I'm honest. I don't care. So you guys know me. I don't hold back too much, huh? And yeah, the medical community is just terrible anymore. I mean, you got to really find a good doctor, and it's tough. So this guy was great. And yeah, he gave me a lot of great information. And like I said, he was the only guy since my concussion therapist that basically saved my life. And yeah, they were the only two so far that's had any knowledge. It's so crazy to me, guys. I mean, I've been to so many doctors and neurologists, and I'm telling you, it's like talking to a wall with these people. It's bizarre, and they all want to give you pills. That's the craziest thing to me. I'm like, I suffered a brain injury. What kind of pills do I need? So yeah, they all want to get you hopped up on meds. It's the craziest industry, and it's ridiculous what goes on. So yeah, it does need to be changed, because they're not even doing anybody any good in that industry anymore. It's just terrible. And honestly, since COVID happened, all the good doctors, the older doctors, they weren't retiring yet, but then after COVID started to happen, most of them started to retire because they just didn't feel like dealing with the nonsense. And during COVID, guys, you got to remember they didn't even have the students coming in learning hands on. They were learning on computer screens. I know I have a couple family members that are really high up in the medical industry in this area, and especially my sister's, my brother-in-law's mom is super high up. So definitely know everything going, like not everything going on, know how the medical industry works pretty well. And it's been explained by multiple people that know, and they've all said the same thing. And during COVID, a lot of the top doctors decided they were done, and usually at that point they usually start training the next few people, like the next group of people that come in. And they just didn't want to deal with the whole COVID nonsense and all that crazy stuff. So a lot of great doctors ended up retiring. It was they could have stuck around, or they could have retired. Most of them headed out the door, and then you had a whole new group of people coming in that literally didn't get to learn hands on. So they have no idea what they're doing. And then you got all the good doctors retired. So now you just have a group of people in there. Like you have some people that are decent that had learned from the doctors before that had retired, and then you got, so they're decent, and then you got people that have no clue what's going on. And I mean, anyone who goes to the doctors, go ahead and post and tell me your experience, because it's all across the board, every kind of doctor all across the country, it's the same thing. And like I said, and that's exactly what was going on and what happened. So yeah, COVID made that industry horrible. And so yeah, our doctors and our medical industry is just a disgrace anymore. And I'm telling you, anyone you talk to that has any kind of medical problem or goes to a doctor, they'll tell you the same thing. And I've seen a lot of them, trust me. Um, but anyway, that's that. And so anyway, RITR, we're definitely keeping an eye on this one, Nico, and we will keep an eye on that one. And let's look at JNUG, ROBN, and KORK. We looked at them too, and KOUR or KORU is the Korean one, South Korea Bull, and that jumped up. You had mentioned this the other day, and it looks really good to jump up some more right there. So KORU. And yeah, look at that thing jumped up there. Laptop Travel had mentioned that the other day. We looked at that JNUG and ROBN. Like I said, that. Oh, no, we didn't look at this. This is Robinhood. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the RBNE. And this is Robinhood right here. And that one's not looking too bad. It's in the top, but not too bad right there. But if they go on the ETF, or if they go on the, the 500, NASDAQ 5 or S&P 500. I couldn't even think of the name. S&P 500 there. We'll see how that looks. Hoth, what are they up to? I haven't looked at them. They were running up today, and that could be a good momentum play right there. HOTH right there. Check out that bad boy, 90 to 175 today. And that thing got cruising up there, HOTH. So might want to look at that bad boy and see if it wants to run up some more in the morning. And let's see, we did look at SPCE for Ananon. And let's see, 2020 and 2021 meme. And let's see what's going on right here. Good old Soundhound. We looked at that. That is getting set up right there. So you want to keep an eye on SOUN. And IBRX, what is that one doing here? IBRX, Immunity Bio, that one looks really good. Luis Rodriguez, I must say, IBRX is looking pretty good right there to run up. Might want to keep an eye on IBRX. Didn't we just look at that the other night and like that? I believe I remember writing that one down, and that one is looking really good right there. And poor little CNEY is struggling to set up. Let's see what they're doing post reverse split here. And you're right, it is actually, it's trying to crawl up right here, and we'll see if it can get cruising. It may hit that line and have to set back up as that 20 comes back down for it, but we'll look at it and we'll see what happens right there. That's what it looks like anyway. And let's see. The 335 to 680 is not. I'm not sure. I guess you guys were talking about space right there. Maybe, I don't even know. Yeah, right there. That was not a reverse split. I don't think that was a reverse split. Not that I remember. It was just running up the other day. I remember that. And again, it doesn't look bad if it can get back over that. What, 350 was it? Yep, 351, 352 area. It could get cruising. So we'll keep an eye on that bad boy. And let's see. Branson went to Saudi Arabia a few weeks ago and met with MBS. Bloomberg reported that there may be a SPCE investment after Brunson, Branson, yeah, Richard Branson, shunned them 5 years ago after the murder. I don't know what happened after that, but I'm not sure what was going on there. Um, so there you go with that from Ananon and Tem. Let's look at that one. Tempest. This one doesn't look too bad right there. Could be trying to curl up. Has some resistance right there. We'll see if it can really get moving. And yeah, this one was good. General. Oh, I thought that was Dollar. I was thinking of Dollar General. This one was good the other day. I know it jumped up early this morning, then came back down. It was at 114. It's still in the top though, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. But GD right here, General Dynamics. I thought that was Dollar General. I had it backwards right there, huh? GD not looking bad right there. Keep an eye on that. Candace wants to see CIFR right there. Let's see. That one's running up and not looking bad, I must say, for CIFR. Let's look at it. Up 31 cents. I would say that might try to keep momentum and even curl through right there. Doesn't look like anything's in its way. Let's put it that way. For Cipher Mining and PBM, and I remember I thought this was like a mushroom company or something. And this one does look pretty good right there. PBM. Yeah, I just make things up for companies. I don't even know what the hell goes on. I thought this was a mushroom. There's a couple that I thought were like had done totally different things than what they do. And that shows you how much knowledge I know about the companies. And if you want to know knowledge like that, listen to that small cap show on 1 o'clock on Monday afternoons. The Godfather and Matt Money Mark, them guys do their due diligence. They know companies I don't know anything about. Just look at it. I look at the chart and tell you what it's going to do. And somehow the chart's more accurate than anything. It's so crazy, but it definitely is. And if you can read it right, I guess. But PBM, you're saying careful here, becoming oversold, losing volume. Recent reverse split play, it did reverse split. It's not looking bad right there, I must say. I'd keep an eye on that bad boy. It looks like it's curling up to me, Mr. Drawdown. And on, no problem. And so there you go. And anyone catch Holo when it ripped? Yeah, we've been watching good old Holo, Janica, and it did rip yesterday. It was up at 7. It was up the other day at like 14 or 11. Was it 11 or 14? 11, I guess. I don't think it got to 14. It was at 11, right? Yeah, 11.79. And then yesterday it was up in the 7s again real quick and came back down. And I'm telling you, that thing looks like it's ready to rip again, Janica. So keep your eye on that bad boy right there. And I don't think that space reverse split at all the other day. I know it was running up. I remember it. And that article, like I said, coming out tomorrow morning was about the bromance, Laptop Travels, about his I can't think, guys. Newsletter has the bromance honeymoon's over with Elon, divorces himself from Trump and the Department of Doge, the government efficiency of Doge. And let's see what's going on. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's look at crypto real quick while I'm thinking about it. And I just saw the ETF 500. That was way down today. I like it when it's way down here. I'm not gonna lie. This is where you stack up on it. When it's way down like it is, this is where you just can buy a bunch of it for like dirt cheap. And Bitcoin, I'm telling you, guys, like I said, these things look like they want to dip. You can see them coming down. I still think that's the bottom, and it could keep it in the 100,000. But your 200 day is that like right at 100,000, and it is going to pull back a little bit. We thought these guys were. Ethereum has that little pullback. Ethereum isn't bad though. I'd say Ethereum's more set up than Bitcoin right now. And Solana, because Solana looks like it's going to pull back some right there. And how about Ripple? Ripple looks like it could. I mean, it could go either way right there. Doge was pulling back a little bit. Was trying to get set up, and that's pulling back at the moment. And here's Cardano, same situation, pulling back. So you are getting some pullback right here. And there is Chainlink, and again, the ETF was way down there. What was it at? Like 2 point something. I forget what it was. I'll look at it and tell you in a second. Was it 2.5? I don't really remember. Let me look. It's at 2.9 right now, so I don't remember what it was at, but that's what at least it says right there. Let me see. Hop on the chart. Come on. Hate when this happens. Come on. Here it goes. Just loading up the chart. There it goes. And yeah, it's at 2.9 market cap and looks like it's trying to bounce up, but who knows right now. And let's see what else is going on right here. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that ETF 500 deep soul diving, but usually when it gets down this low, I usually tend to buy a bunch because it's dirt cheap and you can definitely get a lot of it for really cheap. And that's what I've been doing, to be honest. So I might have to do some of that later. And AGMH right here. Let's see. That one just recently reverse split. What was it, yesterday? And that thing's cruising up. Keep an eye on that tomorrow, AGMH, and see if it can run. Elon is looking at the BBB from the reference point of businessmen and a taxpayer. You're not kidding. And that's the way you have to look at things. He's trying to, again, I've always said I try to put myself on both sides of the fence, and you got to understand what the employees are up to, and you got to understand how a business person works, and you got to make it work for everybody and make people happy so that they want to have the most production, and then you get the most amount of basic, revenue out of everything. And that's how you have to look at things. And yeah, I looked at the bill. I didn't read the whole goddamn thing, but there was shit in there. I was like, really? Why is this in here? And it shouldn't be in there, and stuff should be getting cut out like left and right. So ALLR, let's look at that Larity right here. That one was down. That one had run in the basement for a while, and it finally popped itself out. And it's just got a goofy look. It's pulling back a little bit. Let's see what's going on with ALLR. Yeah, it looks like it could be pulling back at the moment. I'll have to look, see when it happens, if it comes back down into the 70s area, and we'll see what goes on with that one. What did Michael Anthony say? I didn't even realize. ALLR announced results on phase 2 trials that did get upgrade from hold to buy and can be seen on Fidelity, that announced partnership this morning to close at 87 as 27 million in cash with no debt. So we'll have to see. It does look like it's trying to pull back a little bit. But again, that can happen where they get some news, you get that dip, and then they start setting up the rip. So I will keep an eye on that one. And we'll keep an eye on ALLR. And let's see what's going on with this. ACI, let's see what that's doing right here. ACI. Albertson, this one was looking pretty good. Wasn't that one we were looking at not long ago? It was trying to run up there to hit that resistance, pulling back. It could pull back a little bit more. Let me see right here. Yeah, I would see if it's going to pull back a little bit more right there, that ACI. And let's see, Wolf. Let's do that one. Good old TerraWolf right there. And that looks really good. That's another one I gave out on the old small cap show, and that one was always a good one. The other Wolf had been a good one too, and that Wolf speed is setting back up. Remember, I had that big old dip. Keep an eye on this Wolf too, so keep an eye on the Wolf and Wolf combo right there. And they do look pretty good right now. So there you go with that. And let's see what else is going on right here. ALLR had news 3 days in a row. That should be ready to move up. So we'll keep an eye on that one. 3.17 million shares, which is a drop from the 4 million. But there you go. And Clover, let's look at Clover Health. I know that company pretty well. CLOV, Clover Health. And that one's pulling back there and could be coming back down a little bit. I'll take a look at that a little bit better here. And yeah, that one looks like it could be pulling back some. I would look at it and see if it comes back down to that $3 area for CLOV. And let's see. Let's see. BC is world famous. Oh, I know if British Columbia is definitely, like I said, I remember that Hastings Street. I don't remember much, but I definitely remember that street right there. Hastings Street was fun. And I'll never forget, we were talking about British Columbia in Vancouver. So we were there, and they literally had like this one smoke shop, like a place where you could go smoke, a smoke lounge. I couldn't think of the name, and you weren't allowed to smoke cigarettes or cigars. They actually had like an encased room, like glassed in room with like a fan, like a big fan system if you wanted to go smoke cigars and cigarettes. It was funny, and literally like, so this is like a smoking lounge, smoke shop thing, but they didn't sell anything. It had like candy and stuff. But if you walked out that door, and I'm not even kidding, like the two doors were connected. Like this was the downstairs place, and then if you came out and like the next door would go upstairs, you just came out and went upstairs, and dude was sitting there with like 10 pounds of weed, just throwing it on a scale. Like you're like, yeah, let me get an ounce, and he would just like grab like an ounce and a half and throw it on a scale and be like, give me $80. And like it was just crazy. And I remember back then our American money was worth way more, so you could either get the Canada money, but if you paid an American, you could just get a great deal. And that's where you live, Deep Soul Diving in Vancouver. So that is awesome. Yeah, it's a beautiful city though. I know that. And I do remember going on top of some building and looking around. I forget what building it was, but it was a really cool trip. And we were talking about that earlier, but there you go right there. And IOTR, that was it. Something like that. IOTR, that's at IO3. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. I was asking what that was. I couldn't think of the letters. But that is pulling back a little bit right there. We've been just watching it. It's a new one right here, and it is just kind of hanging out. So we'll keep an eye on IOTR. And what was before B Hat, I don't even remember, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea. Somebody asked, let me see if I see it. I think it's probably down here, possibly. I'll look, Michael Anthony, and see if I can tell you, because somebody did post it in the messages. JTAI, this Jet one, I always think is a Canadian or a China one. It's not. It's a USA software one, and that one was running up a little. I know we looked at this the other day, JTAI, and it's trying to set up. We'll have to see if it can cross through right there. It's not looking too bad. And what's that PED doing? The Pedco, that's looking really good now, I would say, Michael Anthony. PED. Oh, let me get in there. Yeah, that's looking pretty good to roll off and get over that resistance right there, I must say. And Mr. Drawdown said he's not going to Dubai. And JTAI better get its jets going. Yeah, you're not kidding right there. Think Hood will be down tomorrow, Michael Anthony said. And let's see what else is going on. Boom, boom. SMCI is going to squeeze. I think it is going to move. SMCI is looking good. Look at that. AMD is looking real good too, guys. So keep an eye on that one as well. And bariatric chambers help with the traumatic. I'll have to look into that, Luis Rodriguez. Thanks. No one's ever even said that to me. So I'll have to look into that. LSD, I used to do that when I was younger a little bit, but nah, definitely couldn't mess with that now. And that would not be fun for me right now. And taking a trip, it's a medical approach for mental health. And here we go, hyperbaric chambers, HBOT. Yeah, I'll check that out. Soundhound, we were talking about that earlier, Michael Anthony, and you're right, that one is looking really good to get set up. We were liking that. And Tem had bad news and wait for the 54, and that one did, I think, look like it was pulling back. And yeah, that one might roll back down again. I like when they're over and they roll off, not under and roll up. And PBM, no volume right there. That's that Mushroom Company to me. It doesn't look bad though. I'm telling you, it's trying to curl up right there. So we'll keep an eye on it. And Bitcoin and miners could be in a correction. I agree. And psychology trading, no players at the table. And Hastings not fun anymore, but it's legalized now. So shops on every corner like Starbucks. I believe it. I believe Hastings Street's totally changed. At that time, obviously they've always had relaxed laws. Like I said, you could go right next door. It wasn't really legalized there at that time, not technically, but it was like decriminalized, I believe, and no one really cared in BC. It's always been pretty pretty relaxed. But yeah, now it's basically legalized. It's definitely legalized. And so yeah, Hastings Street probably is no longer a need for it. And like I said, the only crazy thing I remember, there was a lot of homeless people. You had to be careful when you walked out at nighttime. Like they would like line the streets. It was pretty wild. And yeah, you didn't want to get caught up in that. I believe $80 for an ounce is $400 there. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. CO, we looked at that one, and oh, thanks, Luis Rodriguez. Greatly appreciate that. Sent me a message about them. And let me go over here because I definitely saw Barbara. And again, I don't know why it's so odd that some of these messages come up on the StreamYard stream, and then some of them still come up on straight on X. And I know Barbara's always come up on the X. I guess if you're on the X feed, that's where they come up, and if you're on the YouTube feed, but no, that's not even true because Luis Rodriguez, I've seen his come up on both, and it does tell you a lot of people are on the YouTube. I can definitely tell. It says that. I guess everybody on there was on YouTube, I guess. No, there was definitely an X one. Anyway, who cares? Not a big deal. BANL, we get everything. So let me look at the ones for Barbara, and that's a nice dip right there with a little after hours action. It says over on the let me look at BANL. Holy cow, that ran up yesterday, 91 to 222, and then took a dip today, 89 to 95. It's at 90. It was at 62. That thing's all over the place. Let's see what it wants to do for you, though. It looks like a pretty good dip and rip situation right there, Barbara. I'd have to look at it tomorrow, but it doesn't look bad. I mean, it does look like it has some setup time, but I would watch for a little bounce play on it. So that's what it looks like on BANL at the moment. You can remind me in the morning. I'll definitely take a look at it. And how about our UOKA? This thing's always a monster, and it does look good. I've been keeping an eye on this as well, and it did run up today. There you go, 278 to 377. I saw that, and it still doesn't look bad in that channel. Just see what it does tomorrow with some pullback after that run up. But I'll take a look at that as well. And I've been watching that bad boy. And here is our Mag 7 overnight, and we'll see what they're up to. Oh, let me see. I'll repost them so you guys can see them real quick. Amazon's up, Microsoft's up, Meta's up, Alphabet's up, and then NVIDIA to Apple and Tesla appear to be down right there. And then our overnight winner or overnight trading leaderboards at MDB Mongo is looking good. MongoDB and Applied. We looked at both of them. UPWK and Beam. And Five Below. What's Five Below up to? They're doing something. Selling a bunch of summer stuff. I don't know, but it looked like it popped up in the after hours on some earnings right there in the top. I probably want to mess with that one with them earnings, but that looks like it's rolling up. You might get a good play on that one. So I reposted that. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel, for them bad boys. And let's see. And let's see what's going on. Let me see if anything else. I see OV Grows was talking to some people and some other stuff. Nuclear is the new gold. I agree. Gold's not looking bad, but nuclear is pretty good right there. And I'm trying to think OKLO or something was one of them. There's a couple that we were looking at. These ones ran up, coming back down, but we'll keep an eye as they roll back off. And BANL, we did check that out. Thank you, Barbara. She said thanks for feeling or glad I was feeling better. Yeah, I didn't feel great last night and this morning. I don't know what was going on, but definitely feeling better tonight. So that's a good thing. And let me see if I missed anything over here. Let's see. Ursula David saying hello. And yep, thank you. I did get a little extra rest this morning. I guess I needed it. I don't know. It seemed like I woke up and I felt way better. So Barb's Boppers needs a segment name. I think so too, Deep Soul Diving. Barber's got a good eye for him. I've been saying that for a long time. That's a good one. Barb's Boppers. I definitely like that. We might have to write that down right there. Barb's Boppers. That's pretty good. I like it. So maybe we're gonna have to add that. There you go, Barbara. See that? And I do like that, and you do. You pick out some really good ones. I'll tell you that. And you just have a good knack for them, a good eye. And I'm glad that I can help you because I think you can help everybody else. Like I say, you definitely do a really good job at picking and really looking at these things. So definitely, I don't mind that. Like I said, Luis Rodriguez deserves a segment as well. So we'll have to put something together, and we're always trying to make the show better. So we can definitely do something like that, and that's definitely going to get into the works, I think. And micro tabs, yeah, they're pretty fun. A sheet of the Bart Simpsons would be fun. I remember them back in the day. They were always a good time. We used to get some crazy sheets of crazy stuff. I remember all kinds of wild stuff, like you're saying Bart Simpson. They used to always have like crazy stuff on them. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember, but I remember seeing sheets of them things. That was fun times back in the day. And how about sugar cubes? You guys used to you get the liquid and just put it on there. So yeah, good times back in the day. We were talking about partying last night too. Remember we were talking about drinking in the woods, and now tonight we're talking about psychedelics. So I guess it's and we always talk about cannabis. So I guess we'll just talk about partying and having fun. I guess sometimes. And the pick of the day, let's do it right here. What do you guys like? Tell me what you guys like, and I'll tell you what I like, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. I just realized it was almost 11 o'clock. I thought it was like 10:15. I'm not gonna lie. I know we did everything. We did our big caps, mag 7, all that laptop travel list, which was really good. Jolie. Oh, I didn't do the Jolie's jams. I knew I was missing something here. Let me go through these bad boys. Agrify. That remember I told you that was getting set up, guys. Keep an eye on Agrify. That's looking good. Blink was looking pretty good too. And that one could be another runner up tomorrow. I said that last night. It was looking good. BLNK. And that was moving today. And watch it, guys. It's definitely setting up right there. I must say, Sezzle has just been sizzling in the top, guys. I mean, and it looks like it's going to try to roll up some more. So you might want to keep an eye on Sezzle. Look at it. It looks like it wants to bounce up some more. That could be it. I mean, I think laptop drop. Jolie's jams right here are looking good. Sterling wanted to, like I say, this thing does want to get to that 200. I guarantee it'll get up there. It's been pushing its way. It might not tomorrow. Rivian had that pullback and then was trying to get set up. It's still not ready yet. That may just have some pullback. And Symbiotic isn't too bad, but Agrify, Blink, and Sezzle, both all three of them looking good. And Lewis Leapers right there, Deep Soul diving with the names tonight. Look at you. I like it. Holy cow. I think he just came up with like 2 segments real quick. That was pretty good. Lewis Leapers right there. Good stuff. I like it. And we'll have to play around with some names. And there you go. I like that for sure. And let's see. What did I mark down that I definitely like? Yeah, I'm telling you, this HCTI, guys, this is getting to be, I know it's a small one. It's getting to be in the right spot. So you might want to keep an eye on that guy right there. And that MDB, we were talking about it. It does look like it has a little more room in it. Plug isn't too bad. It's trying to plug away. I wouldn't say that's a big popper tomorrow, but it's not looking bad. AREB isn't looking bad right there. I know that just ran up a little pullback, but it still looks like it's trying to set up a little bit right there. So that's not too bad with that look right there on that look. And even at GRYP, guys, this thing could be a runner tomorrow as well. So keep your eyes on this one as well. I just said the same thing like 2 times. GRYP, yeah, definitely keep an eye on this. I know it's pulling back, but this thing could get bouncing off, and we know that's the Trump one. And good old Soundhound's looking pretty good right there. So I'd say there's some good ones, and even this IBRX was looking nice as well. So your vote, Laptop Travel likes the hood right here in case they go on the S&P 500 UPC. Let's see what that's up to. Universe Pharmaceuticals. That could get a bounce. Let me look at UPC there. What, it ran up today and then came back. That one's a crazy one right there. I have to look at that one in the morning. Deep Soul Diving likes AGMH right here. So let's see. That one after the split actually looks pretty good as well, guys, I must say. So a couple good ones right there, I must agree with. And so yeah, I'd say let's see what I like right here. I don't even know. It's kind of hard, but try to go with an easier one. You know what looked really good too? Wolf and Wolf looked really good. So, yeah, I'd say this Terra Wolf looked a little better. And you know what else looked good? This one right here, ZSPC looks pretty good, guys. So I don't know. There's a the UPC has a 500,000 nano float right there, hood on inclusion or MSCI for the squeeze. That AMD guys, I like that one too. So there's a lot of good ones. I don't know. Whereas this is a hard show pick right here today. There's a bunch of really good ones right here. OCGN's been running up looking good as well. Look at that thing. That thing looks like it wants to roll off and get wild. So I don't know. I'd say you guys have a bunch of them to choose from right there. And I'm sure in the morning at 7 a.m. we'll be picking some. And the Z one, which one was that one? I'm not even sure which one that is. Let me see. Let me see. I'll pick one for you guys. Let me see. I do like this IBRX right here. This one looked good. Let me take a quick look. This one looks pretty good right here. I must say, trying to run up some more. I would say you have to stick almost with a momentum one. The Wolf one looks really good. Terra Wolf, but it's hitting that MACD. I don't think it's going to be UNH. Oh, Sezzle. It could be Sezzle, honestly. Sezzle is looking really good right there. I must say, I might have to go with Sezzle right here. For a momentum play in the top, this thing looks pretty wild, guys. Look at this damn thing. It looks like it wants to roll up. I'm going with Sezzle right there. I think Sezzle looks like it wants to run up some more. And I wouldn't even usually pick something that dangerous in the top, but the thing's been over the resistance and getting crazy. It says it came down a little in the after hours, but that's nothing there. 515 to 520, and it closed at 520. I don't know. Look at this thing. It looks like it's rolling off to me, guys. I would say Sezzle's going to be looking good. And obviously, there's a bunch of other ones right there that look great. And even Holo is probably going to try to roll off soon. So I'd say there's a lot of good ones right here. And even if the SPY doesn't get cruising, we're going to see stuff moving. So it doesn't matter if it pulls back or not. Like I said, it's just kind of teetering there, and I don't think they're going to give us much of a look even tomorrow or Friday. So, and that KWM, I don't think a Mullen maybe, but I'm not so sure. That was a good one for last night, though, I have to say, KWM. But yeah, Sezzle looks really good right there, that IBRX. And so, yeah, you know what else looked pretty good? Elf. I mean, there are a bunch of them, but I'm going to stick with the Sezzle. I think that one might be going up tomorrow morning. And yeah, there you go. And Barb's boppers, she likes it. Cracked her up. She likes it. So there you go. We might have to pick that up there and have some more. So there we go, everybody. And I think I would say Sezzle. So there you go. And I hope everybody enjoyed that little market review right there. And you know, we do the show every night at 9 p.m. from Sunday nights to Thursday nights. So tomorrow night will be the last night for this week. And then every morning, Monday morning through Friday mornings, we do it at 7 a.m. We do the pre-market, make sure we get cruising, know what's going on. So we always have a good idea of what's happening in the market, no matter what's going on. If it goes up, down, sideways, or whatever, it doesn't really matter to us. We usually know everything. And I'll be on tomorrow morning. I'm feeling way better. Sorry I didn't make it this morning. I guess I definitely needed some rest because I am definitely feeling better than last night and this morning. And so that is a good thing. And let's end the week on a good note. We'll get through our Thursday, our Friday. And like I said, I'm going to be wrapping up my shed office real soon. And we're going to really get cruising. And I'll post out a link for the Discord if anybody is interested. And like I said, they're killing it on a daily basis. I've been posting pics on there. They've all gone up and been looking good. As a matter of fact, what is this one doing right here? This one was looking good the other day, that glue, and it looks like it was running up in the after. I was running around a little bit today. I was looking at it, and there you go. This thing, keep an eye on that glue tomorrow too. That thing looks real good. So there are a bunch. Sezzle does have options now. That is right. They did not used to have them, but they added options on it. So there you go. And obviously, I mean, the thing's just been running in the top like a monster. it's not going to run there long, but that setup right there is looking pretty good. I can't complain about that. Look at that roll off right there, and it's up 573, and it is just cruising along. And it closed. We love when they close up there too, like that, and it just should roll up some more tomorrow. So there you go. And Cadence, thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And anybody new tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad you found it. And I hope you enjoyed the show. And be sure to follow along on X and YouTube, like it, and all that good jazz. And, we'll be on at 7 a.m. I'll post a link out tonight so you guys can check it and have it already up there for tomorrow. And we will be live at 7. Make sure we know what's going on. And I'm just looking at the stock cube, and it's kind of red right there with all the crypto a little bit red, but that's all good. And again, I like the opportunities when they come all down. That's where I like to buy. You guys know that. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on things. And I'm telling you guys, that Discord, we are going to make an account grow like crazy. And that is my main goal, just doing that and having a good time with everybody. So check it out. I'll post out the link. I know a bunch of you's already signed up. I've seen quite a few people in there. And again, I know that they have been enjoying it, because I've seen a few people in the other there's so many pages, guys. It's so great that there's like I said, there's just a lot of different trading rooms and all kinds of different stuff. The Godfather, myself, Ben, the morning thing, and then they have all kinds of other things going on. So I have seen a few people in there, and they have been calling out some great calls. I've been giving out a few good ones, but it's going to get way better. And I'll be telling you exactly where I enter and exit too, and all that good stuff in there. So good night, Luis Rodriguez, Deep Soul Diving, Cadence, and Laptop Travel, and everybody else that tuned in, Mr. Drawdown and Ursula. And there were so many people like Michael Anthony and everybody else tuning in. And I'm glad you guys have a good time talking to each other. It's a lot of fun reading everything. CFS, she popped in that wolf, and the WLF. Thank you for that one. You do throw in some really good ones. And Nico from over in Dubai hanging out tonight. Thanks, Nico. And who else? Janik is always here. And Anon was on earlier, and Cadence, and everybody else that was hanging out. Thank you to all of you. Barbara is always on here as well, and Doge Mama 9 and everybody else. And we'll try to do the Barb's Boppers and the Lewis Leapers right there. We'll get some segments set up with that. And Sam was on. I know Sam was in the Discord. And Jessica, how are you? And there you go, everybody. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Be sure to follow along. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. and we'll pick out all the poppers. Have a good time, and we'll make sure we know what's going on in the market. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. And I will see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night, everybody.